How many days are you gonna be gone?
3.
3 whole days.
I'll be back Saturday.
So this is is it a celebration or a sad cheesecake?
Both.
Every time I come to LaGuardia, and it's like they're building all this stuff. The road's like crazy. Let's go in there. Have like a little pocket.
No, but it's not heavy.
All right, so my first and just most obvious takeaway from this process, from making videos for the last 30 days, is that gear doesn't matter. When I first got started, I thought like if I had incredible looking shots and it was just so nice and the camera was just amazing, that would mean amazing videos, right? And that people would like those amazing videos. And I feel like that just couldn't be further from the truth. The techie, nerdy gear stuff, like, just isn't a big deal. And to be honest, I feel like, at least for me, I used this idea that I needed great gear and great shots and all this stuff. Like I used it as an excuse to just not make videos. And, you know, and I think about it all over, like my life, like waiting until my website was perfect, waiting until like I feel like I've got an audience, and getting the gear and getting the cameras and learning the cameras and learning better and learning how to podcast. Like all that stuff is super important. But for me, like, it's just kind of an excuse not to do something. And so, first and foremost for me is like gear doesn't matter. I don't know how many times I've just pulled out my iPhone and started recording, and like that was what I used for that day's video. Like this right now is on an iPhone. So it really it's changed the way I think about what does it really take to create. And it's not the best and greatest gear. It's you just doing it, you know? That's the first thing, and it rolls right into the second thing, is that it's about content. It's not about the tricks or the gimmicks or the cool shots. I am not a videographer. However you say that, videographer. All that to say, it's about the content. Like the best videos that I've put out these past 30 days, the ones that were responded to the most, were literally me just put a camera on a tripod, stared at the camera, and talked. Like with a little bit of music. Like those were my best videos. And so it really makes me think that, at least for the audience that I see kind of growing around what I'm doing, it's just about content. They want to hear me. They want to, and which blows my mind that people would even take time to watch these videos, but that's what people are into. They just want good content. They want something that's going to make them think. And obviously, if it looks like total booty, like, and the audio's terrible and all that stuff, I mean, people would get aggravated and quit, but it's about content. No, it's not. Tickets! Just doing your job. Listen, you've heard me talk about tickets in my city. This is definitely one way to make sure you get a ticket. Leave your car on the side of the road with the music on. You're gonna get a ticket. How much is this ticket? Is it more than a parking ticket? Yo, it's about to go down. Watch this, watch this. They don't play here. Listen, if this lady's even remotely from here, if she's ever been to White Plains before, you know that they don't play. And why would you do this? All right, and so I think the third thing that I have picked up on and learned through this process is really finding my sweet spot. And what I mean about sweet spot is, like, say there were two lines and they were on an arc, and then those lines intersect. One of those lines is going to be like your message, the thing that you care about, the brand that you're trying to create. Like, that's going to be one of them, the thing you're passionate about. Hey, what's up? And the second one is going to be where people's attention already is. Like, okay, so people are already looking up videos, they're already looking up content, they're already consuming a certain type of thing, right? And so if you're out here, you know, chasing your passion, doing something you're super, you know, that you care a lot about, but like there's not an audience for it, like that kind of defeats the purpose. Like, how many times have you been to, you know, a sermon or heard a speech or hear someone talk about something that is super important to them but doesn't really like matter to anyone else? Like, I can't really say like that, like that's gonna fulfill you, because the point of putting yourself out there is for people to consume your content. And so finding the sweet spot is finding the place where what you're passionate about and what you care about intersects for like a place where people are consuming that type of content. And with videos, like, it's been kind of a hit or miss. Like, the things that I'm really passionate about might not be what people are really into. So it might kind of push me into a place of having to think about, okay, what are people really spending time watching? But also, if you only put your like time and focus into those places of like what type of videos are successful, then you're just gonna be making content like everyone else. Like, anyone can go on YouTube, go on like Google and look up like, okay, what kind of content, what kind of videos are popular right now, and then make like only those videos. And yeah, you might get views, you might get likes, but is that really what you want to be doing? Like, is that even the reason you're doing this in the first place? So finding that place of where your passion, where your message interacts and intersects with what people are already consuming, man, that's one of the biggest takeaways that I've had, because it's changing the way I'm preaching too, because I'm going like, all right, just because I'm passionate about this and I think it's super important, I've got a word from God, like, is that something that people are even like asking? Am I answering questions that no one even cares about? And that's big. So that's my third takeaway. And if that was all I got out of this process, it would totally be worth the price of admission.